All right, welcome back to FLECCAS TALKS the Podcast, episode 73. Today on the show, diversity, equity, and inclusion has gotten out of hand in the military just in time for World War III. We have a fat fuck section of Cringe of the Week, which includes flying on planes and a woman who takes shits in her Honda Pilot. Then, Asian hate crimes continue. You won't believe who's doing it this time. Actually, you will. It's the same people who did it last time. And last but not least, Richard Ratboy and I prove white people, in fact, do have culture in this week's housekeeping. All this and more, it's FLECCAS TALKS the Podcast, episode 73, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
FLECCAS TALKS the Podcast featuring Richard Ratboy. All right, this week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at My Patriot Supply. Guys, things are not looking good. I'm sure you see the news every day. Things are spiraling out of control. We have supply chain issues, food shortages, all kinds of horrible things. Now is the time to stock up on what matters most. Go to mypatriotsupply.com and get their very popular 3-month emergency food kit. And if you do that, they will give you $200 in bonus gear. A bunch of bonus items, $200 worth. Go to mypatriotsupply.com today. And as always, they are giving away free shipping. Massive. Guys, now is not the time to not have an emergency food kit on hand. Get as many as you need. They come in perfect 3-month supplies. They're easy to store. They don't go bad. MyPatriotSupply.com is the website. Tell them FLECCAS sent you. Let's get back to housekeeping. True 1-for-1 on the intro as always.
Pretty clean.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was actually like pretty much a 1-for-1. Be honest.
Yeah.
What did you see? What did you see?
I saw half in a bale and then 1-for-1. We count that as 1-for-1.
Yeah. The trick to a true 1-for-1 is you have to peek at the script right before you forget.
Yeah. You have to start, like, you're finishing the last sentence, you peek at the script.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we have a very important housekeeping, 2 pages of housekeeping this week. First things first, as always, the things causing heart attacks and blood clots. It's daylight savings time again. We covered that last year when daylight savings time went the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still killing people. Mm-hmm. But we do kind of have
It's actually got more deadly, I assume.
Yeah. They've probably mentioned it multiple times, like last time they mentioned it and last year. So it's like, hey, guys, just like we've been saying, daylight savings time, killing everybody.
Yeah, that's their told you so.
Yeah, exactly. But we do have a good update for the vaccine lovers out there. There are some uncontacted tribes in the Amazon, I'm assuming.
Yeah, in Peru's Amazon forest.
And luckily for them, they are getting the vaccine.
Yeah, this one headline says, in Peru's Amazon, forgotten tribes discover COVID-19 as vaccines arrive.
Lucky them. Sorry, Mimi Siku. Heart attack time.
Mimi Siku. Dude, and that's the thing. It's like no internet, obviously no shoes. Who told them about COVID in the first place? It's like the same team who brought the vaccine goes, hey, there's this thing. It's called COVID. You need to take this right now. And it's like, we haven't been exposed to anyone in 100 years.
Yeah, someone shows up like,
yeah,
you got to take these vaccines. It's like, what? What? For the virus, it doesn't kill anybody?
It's like, who's paying for that, too? Like, it just shows the depravity of the COVID religion. Like, let's get it to the uncontacted Amazon tribe.
It is like a religious thing. It's like what's it called when you go to a place to convert people? Mission?
Missionaries.
It's like a missionary, but for bad stuff.
But for the Church of Fauci.
Yeah, and it makes you go to hell for giving it to those people. All right, that's good. So hopefully no one did daylight savings time so they cannot have a heart attack.
Yep.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah, doppelgangers. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. We've been on a run with these doppelgangers. I used to kind of roast Ratboy with it, and then he really took an interest in the doppelganger section, and I've been getting beat up the last few weeks.
Only recently.
So let's go through the ones I collected for you. I think that's a fan of the show's husband.
Okay. Close enough.
He
Close
looks
enough.
like you. That's you, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much me.
He's skinnier than you.
Chill.
Well, I know. I already saw the ones you sent.
Chill. We're about the same.
Yeah, you guys are about the same. About the same. There's you.
Okay.
That's what, if you say AI Richard Ratboy, that's what they make.
Okay, great.
So that's what the demon secret forces in the universe think you are.
Okay, good. Good to know.
There's you again. That was actually not a doppelganger. That's just a picture of Ratboy. We were eating some pizza, watching TV. And that's him right there with his tit.
Okay.
And then you're doing some DJ work.
Yeah.
That looks like me and you combined, actually.
Okay.
I wish I looked like that.
Fair. And then
there's you, but that's like the skinnier before version of you. The guy with the Monster Energy. And then last but not least, the CEO of Hooters.
ooh, on Undercover Boss.
On Undercover Boss, which we've been watching.
We just watched it last night. Undercover Boss.
Yeah. What was the main takeaway? There was one. Okay, the one main takeaway.
They give money to everybody.
They give money to everybody. They're not. They used to be like hard, like, yo, you're fired. I saw what you did. You're taking the pizzas home. Like, you're fired.
Yeah.
Now they're like, he's taking the pizzas home. He's a single parent.
That means he can't feed his family.
Yeah. Oh, he brings his kids to work. He's a single parent. It's like, you don't bring your kids to work.
You can't bring your kids to the franchise. We have standards, right? Like, that's crazy.
And there was one last night where it's like the CEO of Round Table Pizza. And they're like putting this disguise on him, like this fake mustache, these handlebar sideburns, long hair, and he has to wear a mask. And then on top of that, it's like, do you think some guy who works at the pizza place knows what the CEO of the company looks like? It's just some random guy.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need to do the whole disguise.
That's true.
But we digress. Yeah, those are my doppelgangers for you.
All right, so my doppelgangers, I'll do my usual. I'll go through the week for FLECCAS, what he's been up to since the last podcast. So he was rooting around the fridge. He needed to find
Rooting around.
He needed to find a snack. Then after he got a snack, he's like, all right, time to go outside. He was feeling himself, took a few pictures for social media.
Well, that's not me because I'm a righty and that guy's got a watch on his right hand. And I don't wear watches for the wrist reason, remember?
That's a mirrored image, so that is you. Then once you were outside, you started to do some tomato gardening.
No,
You're planting some tomatoes. You got your little outfit on.
So I'm getting some sun. I'm exercising.
Yep, but that job wasn't for you. Gardener wasn't for you. So you started doing hairstyling. You started doing hairstylist stuff. You worked in the salon. You were massaging this woman's head. This was actually post-haircut. And then after that, since, working in a salon, kind of a little gay,
A little
gay. So you started doing some twink shit. You started doing some bear twink shit.
There's me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I leaned into it.
Yeah, and then once you did all the twink shit, Hollywood was very pleased. So they invited you to the Oscars, where you sat in front of the woman with the stupid dress that blocked everyone's view.
I sat in front of the woman with the stupid dress that blocked the view.
Yep.
So I blocked her a little bit.
You did.
That's actually the best place to be in that photo.
And once you got to the Oscars, Hollywood, everyone's on Ozempic, that weight loss drug that I think it has a different use, but everybody uses it to weigh less. So you lost all the weight.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, you became handsome.
There's me now.
Yeah, and then actually, funny enough, this guy was in your doppelganger section, but he's also your doppelganger.
That is weird.
So there you go.
Using a photo of yourself to doppelganger me?
No, not quite. But yeah, so that was the end of the week. You ended up back on the couch. You gained all the weight back, and we're starting fresh. It's like an episode of The Simpsons. Nothing that happened.
Yeah.
It starts over next week. So
Okay. So I'm back to doing the podcast.
Yep,
All right,
exactly.
well, that's great.
I know.
We have some life updates. We had a busy week, Richard Ratboy and I. The people in the building I live in messaged me, and they're like, hey, we're spraying the building for bugs. Do you want us to, let us know if you want to opt out? So I said, opt out. I don't need any spraying for bugs, a.k.a. put the bugs in to spy on me?
Yeah.
So I said, I'm all good on bugs. I actually don't mind them. No need to spray. No need to come in my apartment, spray things that lower my testosterone, implant some bugs to spy on me.
Nope.
Yeah, nice
Not
try.
for me.
Nice try.
That's the thing. They're so heavy-handed with it these days. They
Yeah.
just say, "Oh, we're coming in for bugs,"
Yeah.
and it's like, "Well, legally, we told you we're coming in to put bugs in there."
Yeah.
So to surveil you. So schizo season is still in effect, in case anybody was wondering.
Yep, exactly. And then the company's initials are CIA or something. The AIC bug spray. And it's like, you guys all look like operators, like tattoos. Like, yeah, we're the bug guys.
Yeah, over the bug guys.
We're here to spray.
You catch him with his shirt off. He has all these military tattoos.
Yeah, I used to work at Blackwater. Now I just do this bug spray for your apartment. So the whole thing was a setup, probably trying to get into my place, which we do not allow. Okay, let's get into some good action. Today I'm wearing part of my Trump haul. As I told you guys last week, it's very important to buy all this vintage, weird Trump stuff. This is my Doral Country Club jacket.
Yeah. Windbreaker.
Blue Monster on this side. It has something else. Doral on that side. On the back, it's got this nice embroidered picture of the country club. It's very cool. Also, everyone's sending me DMs now like, hey, I bought this. I got this Trump thing. I got this Trump castle thing. Everyone's kind of getting into it. And I'm glad to hear that because people should be. This stuff is going to be very valuable soon, not financial advice. But we want to give back. I got a huge Trump haul. I have probably, you saw the boxes, 20 to 30 items.
Yeah, he's been running to his mailbox every day. He gets a little ding from eBay, and he goes, ooh, time to get Trump stuff.
It's like a squirts continuum.
Yeah.
Like, I just keep getting squirts every day. My Trump stuff comes. But unrelated, and this is not a raffle, to show our appreciation, there's some people every week who give super chats. They give a few dollars, $2, $3, $4, $5, $20 sometimes. So, once again, not a raffle. To show our appreciation to our followers who are giving super chats, we are going to pick a random super chatter, and we are going to select that random super chatter, whoever it is, and give them the Trump game. I have this. The plastic's still on it, as you can see. This is the Trump game. It's very cool. It says, I'm back and you're fired. It's the Trump, what's it called? The Apprentice game. So if you guys want a chance to win that Trump Apprentice game, it's not a raffle, but if you leave a super chat, I'll pick one of the super chatters to receive it. It's not a raffle. It is just me showing appreciation to those who leave super chats. So if you leave a super chat, you have a chance of winning the Trump game and a handwritten note from me thanking you.
Are you going to throw in a hat or anything else, or just the game?
Yeah, I'll throw in a hat. So I guess I have less Trump haul now. All right, cool. Moving on. I got a message from a podcast watcher. They filled out a Google feedback survey about the show, and they said it was the most fun on the internet that week.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this? What's the exact line?
Well, it said, do you remember watching this video? And if you answer no, then you're dead to us. Yeah. But it said, select an answer. How fun was this video? Very fun, not fun, extremely fun. The most fun thing I've seen this week. And that's what they chose. And they were rewarded 23 cents from Google Opinion Rewards.
Do we get a cut of that?
No, I don't think so. I didn't even know Google was giving out money like that. Little
Or
micro reviews. Like, that's pretty good.
Reviewing the podcast, too. So now, after episode 100, we're probably going to have to retire best new podcast of all time.
Yeah.
We might have to replace it with the most fun thing on the internet this week.
Fair.
That's actually not a bad one. I'm excited to use it.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate people who do those types of things, though. Like, they tickle it and they like it and commenting.
Yeah.
Guys, like, they don't want this podcast to really rip, you know?
Yeah. They're hoping you say, no, I didn't watch it. I didn't like it. It was a mistake. I don't even know how it got on my computer.
Bury them, you know?
That's all they do. They go, you're off.
So like those little things you can do, we call it tickles, you know? You share it, you copy the link, you like it, you save it, you add it to watch later. Like those little things, those little actions, they can have a big impact on a podcast like us that they don't really want getting that organic reach, if you know what I mean.
We call it tickling.
Yeah.
So it's like if Ratboy does a post, I'll tickle it and I'll send it back to Ratboy. I'll comment on it. I'll like it. I'll save it, add it to my story. So if you guys want to tickle the podcast, leave a comment, juice the algorithm, like the video now, add notifications on. And then also forgot to mention with the Trump haul, we're going over all the Trump haul stuff that I got in Bonus Land this week.
Okay.
So
nice.
patreon.com/FLECCAS or YouTube join Bonus Land. We're going over everything we got, maybe even giving more stuff away. Who knows?
Cool.
All right. Last weekend, Ratboy and I went to a St. Patrick's Day parade here in New Orleans, which was a lot of fun. I usually don't go out and do stuff, especially like a St. Patty's Day. That's kind of amateur hour in my mind. But we had a great setup with some people. It was very fun. And the people who say white people have no culture, extra quiet that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
No culture? What about all the drunk fighting we saw?
Yeah, what about all the men in kilts?
Yeah.
And the Irish pride and the alcoholism?
Yeah. What about the shipping off to Boston song on repeat?
Yeah. Didn't think we'd bring that up?
What about the Uber Eats order from Chili's? They just start naming like chain steakhouses as
Yeah.
like white people culture.
What about the
Applebee's
Frisco
killing-
melt from Steak and Shake? Duh.
So yeah, white people have no culture. Those people were quiet that day. It was funny because Richard Ratboy and I were talking on the balcony, and Ratboy was trying to figure out if he should throw beads down at somebody. And we're like thinking, and we're like, should we do it? And we're like, maybe, maybe not. And then while we're thinking about it, he gets hit in the head with beads.
Yeah.
It was like the most ironic thing ever. It was like, don't think, just do.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I like
yeah.
the free-for-all nature of it. You know, it's kind of wild. The fog
Yeah.
of war of a parade.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a nice thing. It's nice culture. They throw beads and cups at you, and then you catch them, and then you have like a moment with the person who threw it, so you kind of like them, and it's fun. You get free stuff. And there's also a genius level to it. In the St. Patrick's Day parade, they throw heads of cabbage from the floats into the crowd. So it almost is like a genius way to demand engagement. You have to watch the parade. You have to watch every single float, because if you don't, you can get hit in the face with a cabbage head, which is actually hard. And then the longer the thing goes on, the longer the day goes on, the more people are drinking, the drunker they get, the harder those cabbages get thrown.
Yeah. And do we want to talk about what we saw after the parade, after the fact?
Yeah.
There was a couple, middle-aged, a little older than middle-aged. They were collecting the thrown cabbages.
Yeah, that was dark.
They collected them. So off the streets of New Orleans, they were collecting them to eat them later or use them in a stew or something. So
Yeah.
it's like, just go buy the cabbages, guys, please.
Yeah, cabbages are cheap that week. All right, and then during the parade, we were talking to some people, and someone just kind of like off cuff just said, "Oh, don't judge a book by its cover." And that kind of, I was thinking about it, and I was wondering, I was like, is "don't judge a book by its cover" a psyop?
Yeah. Haven't we talked about this on the podcast?
We might have, but it happened again.
Yeah, we have. We've definitely talked about that on the podcast.
That's got to be a psyop. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's like, shouldn't we just be analyzing as much data as possible anywhere we can get it?
Yeah.
Judge the book, judge the font, judge the book, cover, like judge it all.
Yeah, it's like a huge marketing thing. Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. You see a guy with tattered clothes, no teeth, walking down the street, unshaven, like mumbling to himself, like he might be a professor of economics at USC. It's like, no, he's a street rat.
He might.
Cross the street.
Yeah, exactly. Don't judge a book by its cover is a psyop created by people who want you to ignore your gut instincts to let bad people in.
Yep.
And similar to don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Yeah.
Why not? You want to get a ballpark maybe a little bit. You should kind of know. You're going to get blindsided and just be like, oh, I have 40 eggs. I was expecting 200.
I only have a cage for 20.
Yeah.
Like what? You didn't predict
think?
demand?
Yeah. And then the last psyop phrase that is similar to these is diamond hands. Diamond hands. Everyone's diamond hands. So it's like you don't sell your crypto, and that just becomes, you become a bag holder.
Yeah.
Diamond hands is a psyop to create bag holders and exit liquidity for people who are going to take profits, which is me. I'm not saying that against anybody. I'm the bag holder.
You actually have diamond hands. You have a problem.
I have multiple diamond hands bags that are just dead.
Yeah.
So I got psyoped, and that's why I'm trying to tell other people on the show so they don't get psyoped as well. But yeah, and then we were laughing. We were talking about the diamond hands thing, and we were laughing that like Joe Biden's proposing changing the capital gains tax from 20% to 40%, and our crew's going like, no, this is so bad.
It's horrible.
But
Like,
it's
it
like,
is.
I don't have any capital gains. I get smoked every year, and I write it off my taxes. I get smoked. There's no capital gains happening for me.
Yeah.
I get wrecked.
Yep. I hold too long, and then the market dumps, and there's a bank run.
Yeah, there's a bank run. Yeah, so that's funny. Those phrases are psyops meant to take advantage of good people. All right, moving on. We got some news out of Berlin. This is actually really good news for ladies. Ladies can go topless like men can in public pools in Berlin now. What is the exact headline?
Women in Berlin can now swim topless in public pools, just as men can.
Yep, get those tits out. Teach us a lesson. Another patriarchy W.
Yeah.
We did it, boys.
It's crazy.
Equality, we did it.
Yeah, just in time. In Berlin, yeah, just in time for the migrants to see you. Start getting grabby.
That's
so
true.
We know the German men, the white German men, they can behave themselves, but hey, keep busing those immigrants in, you'll be wearing, a burqa soon enough. Cause
You'll be wearing a burqa just out of I don't want these people coming near me.
yeah, not getting groped, not getting assaulted.
Yeah, exciting day for the Somalis. All right, next, a woman is about to be jailed for eating a hamster.
Yeah, a 39-year-old woman gets jail sentence for killing and eating her hamster on camera.
She's going to jail like a year, I think.
Yeah, sentenced to 12 months in jail after she was filmed cutting up and eating her daughter's hamster. So the woman, she looks like shit, killing and eating a hamster on camera. Not great. Not the best look, right?
I mean, not the best look, but you go to jail for a year for eating a mouse?
12 months. You go to prison. This woman, lost her job, whatever, for a mouse.
Didn't someone 2 weeks ago, a black person, get a year or 14 months for stabbing someone and killing them?
Yeah.
And that was a person?
That might have been 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, there was, we see it all the time. There's a rape that
it was 14 years. And then it was 13 years for the girl who said the N-word.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but she's not going to get 13 years.
Yeah.
But point is, what is happening? It's a mouse. It's a hamster.
They didn't like how they chopped it up. It's like the whole mouse. Anything's a nice way to kill it because it's so small. You cut it in half. That's like an okay way to go.
Yeah. So I don't know.
A year for eating a mouse. I don't get it.
Yeah. But they let criminals out with no bail. They just go, oh yeah, you beat up an old woman. Come back in 6 months. We'll do a trial and you'll plead down.
Yeah.
But the mouse lady, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. Two last important things in housekeeping before we get into cringe of the week. We have a really good cringe of the week this week. Probably one of the better ones. Two important things before we go. Actually, three. Number one, Power Slap advice. We've been watching Power Slap. We like Power Slap. If you're in Power Slap, this is advice for other people, not me, because I don't get knocked out. But if you're in Power Slap and you have the ability to be knocked out, you should put smelling salts in your mustache.
Ooh.
Or in your nose area. So when you get knocked out and you go, it wakes you back up.
Smart.
I messaged that to Dana White.
And
he said LOL. So.
Open line of communication with Dana White. Wow.
Whatever, let me know if you guys need to tell him something. And then number two, I don't know if you guys realize this. Do you know this, Ratboy? How little space you need to land a little airplane?
Yeah.
I just saw this clip of an airplane landing in the Coliseum, and it lands on 20 yards of space, maybe less, which is good to know. Everyone should kind of know this.
This is a video game, right?
It's looking good so far.
Is that a video game?
Yeah. Nobody lands in the Coliseum.
Let me know in the comments where we should go next.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot.
That's a video game, buddy.
Really?
100%. Do you think someone landed a small plane in the Coliseum?
I don't know. Maybe. Well, I saw other ones too.
Look at it closely. Look at that. Look at those dials.
Son.
Fly Guy 190.
Where we should okay. Well, the
In
point
the comments
was
where we should go next on my pilot content.
all right. Well, I thought that was real. And then I was going to say that's the amount of space you need to land is the same amount of space you need to take off, which is not a lot for an airplane, which is impressive.
Small planes zip up. Yes.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true.
I've been on a giant plane before, and I was getting nervous for how long we were on the ground. And it's how much room do we need? And so, yeah. Those little ones just go zip.
Yeah, that's true.
Toodles.
Yeah, that's the problem with flying private. The takeoff, it's really troubling on your guts and on your insides.
You do that a lot?
Well, when I'm hanging out with Rob in Miami, he likes to fly me out. All right. Last piece of housekeeping. Pakistani scammers scammed Newark into becoming a fake sister city with Pakistan.
Fake country. The city of Newark, New Jersey was tricked into becoming sister cities with a made-up Hindu nation created by an Indian scam artist.
Indian, not Pakistani.
Yeah, so in January, Newark made an agreement to become sister cities with a fake Hindu nation called Kailasa. Supposed residents of Kailasa attended a formal signing ceremony with Newark Mayor Ross Baraka before city officials discovered they had been fooled.
That's pretty good. No one did any research. They just kind of took the deal.
Nobody cared.
Wouldn't the giveaway be why would someone want to be a sister city with Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah. That's a red flag right there in itself, right? And then other sister cities, it's Warsaw is sister cities with Chicago. Paris, because it's all Polish people. Chicago has a huge Polish population. Paris is sister cities with New Orleans. There's like a French connection. They're just like, Newark? Somebody wants to be our sister city? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, all you gotta do is send them a $500 Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it. And then then they had to come and do it. Like, you almost got caught if you're that lady.
Look at the city leaders of Newark. Pretty pathetic.
No one
Look at this
looked
purple-haired lady in the yellow.
No one looked into it.
Yeah, nobody cares.
No one looked into it. Well, that's the end of housekeeping. Make sure you join us in bonus land for our bonus episodes that come out Monday, 30 minutes. Basically a bonus episode of the show. This week we're going to be going over a bunch of good stories, but also the Trump haul, all my Trump merch. Join the 2,000 to 3,000 people in bonus land. It's very much worth it. All right, cringe of the week. All right, our first clip of cringe of the week. We have some like military clips. One's a pepper spray lady, and one's a guy trying to go over the wall. Let's do the wall guy first.
All right. Here's our super soldier. Get up.
Doesn't even leave the ground.
I know. No vertical.
Zero vertical, and then he goes back as if you need the distance.
Yeah.
It's like you can take this like 3 steps and go, you know? He takes the running start as if that's going to, like, why even do the running start? He doesn't even leave the ground. Try to yank him over, it doesn't work.
Oh, poor guy.
This reminds me of when Buster Bluth went to Army.
I was going to say, it's like, this is like Captain America when he was the pipsqueak before he started.
Yeah.
Before he got on steroids or whatever they did. I don't know. I didn't see the movie, but
Yeah.
I know I've seen him extremely weak.
Why can't we just give these guys HGH?
I think they should, you
Or
know?
steroids, but take whatever you want.
The commanding officer is like, all right, it's not really working out for this guy. Should we juice him?
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think that's very fair. Like, what could that guy, and I'm not hating, you know, we can't all be Magic Mike, but what can that guy do in the military? He can fly a drone probably. That's like PlayStation 5 shit.
He can be the designated guy who jumps on the grenade when it lands in the foxhole.
He can go to Ukraine if he wants.
Yeah.
If he wants.
He could.
All right.
Not much. He can run ammo back and forth behind the lines like Joe Biden's uncle in World War II.
Yeah. He can get scared and have all the ammo on him and then run around and get scared and then hide, and all of his boys take shots and have no ammo, and he's just scared and crying.
Yeah.
And at the end, I guess, kind of runs and does the right thing.
Yeah.
Is that what happened in that movie, Saving Private Ryan?
I don't know. Wait, what?
The guy who was scared and had all the ammo. But then,
Oh, yeah. And watched his buddy get murdered because he
Yeah.
was too scared and too much of a pussy.
yeah,
Yeah, that's him.
that was him in training.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
History doesn't repeat itself. It rhymes,
Yeah,
right?
I don't
And
even
that's-
know if that's true military either.
Yeah.
That could be like ROTC or something.
I think with that level of training and like those obstacles out there, he's got to be doing. I think that's the Army. I don't know, though.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, it looks like that guy's wearing an Army Ranger hat. I mean, and you want the truth is there's always been horrible pussies in the military. Like,
Yeah, that's
just
true.
infantrymen who enlist and they're like goofy. There's a lot of them. So that's why people go and volunteer and do the actual hard stuff. So they're with a crew of competent men.
That's the right way. All right, the pepper spray lady.
Yeah, let's watch this. Who else is in our military on the eve of World War III?
She does not like it.
Let me start doing gymnastics.
Oh yeah. And look
Start
at this
swinging.
next part where she has to arrest the person. Look how easy it is. Get down, hands behind your back. He just does it for her.
Oh, man.
So this what's going on in the military. I don't know if you can gamble on World War III,
You probably can.
but what's it called when I would bet? I don't know what kind of betting I would do, but I would make some bets. I don't want to bet against America, but the spread.
Yeah.
I'll bet it's close.
Our preparedness is not looking great. And what's that girl? I mean, like, how far along are you? Or you still have this kind of like lumpy body?
Is this day one? Maybe it's day one shit.
Maybe it is. I hope. I really hope. Because at the end, if that girl's not like fit and trim and disciplined, and I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not working. Our training's not working. If that's month 2, it's not working.
That's a good point.
So
Next, the LGBT family. This is one of the worst clips we've seen in a while.
Hey, JJ. What does it mean to be gay?
It means you're a boy and you like it.
Hey, EJ, run over here real quick.
So this is
I
her
got a
whole
question for
family.
you. Hurry. What does non-binary mean?
Non-binary means you're a girl and a boy.
Are you non-binary?
Yeah.
Can we see one side of your head? Can we see the other side? Who wanted that haircut?
Me.
Why?
Because I want to be a boy and a girl.
Hey, Ember,
Yeah?
what does transgender mean?
It means when a male wants to be a female and a female wants to be a male.
And who's transgender?
I am.
And you totally understand what that means, right?
Yeah.
And you know that not everybody's going to like that?
Yeah, not everybody's gonna like that. But if anybody's transgender, I support them.
Hey, Zeke, what does asexual mean?
Not interested in sexual.
And you're asexual, right? Hey, Nessie, what does bisexual mean?
To like more than one, to like different genders.
And who's bisexual in our family?
Me.
And you totally understand what that means, don't you?
Absolutely.
Do you think that Ember understands what it means to be transgender?
Yes.
Do you think Ezekiel knows what it means to be asexual?
Definitely.
Do you think EJ knows what it means to be non-binary?
Yep.
Do you think JJ understands what it means to be cisgender?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Sure.
Does it bother you to be the only straight cisgendered person in our family?
Not really. I mean, that's just what my beliefs is. I am not into men. I'm into women, but I have nothing against people who love to be with the same sex. So it's their choice.
Does it bother you that none of your children are cisgender straight children?
Not one bit.
And you love them all the same?
All the same.
I love you.
Wow. Wonder what mom looks like.
Yeah, turn the camera around, lady. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what you're up to.
So she conquered her husband.
Yeah, that's the last clip is the most important. The shamed
Yeah.
husband in his little cuck place. Like, I love them all the same.
So she conquered her husband and then put a plan into action for the children, and that's what she came up with.
And then also, it's like she's asking the children if they understand what it means to be the thing they already switched to. Like, just making sure you understand the definition. And then it's like the most basic understanding means you're a boy and a girl. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're all playing video games. They're all fat. It's
How about
disgusting.
the one with the haircut? It's like, oh, it's the haircut I wanted. Do you know how many times I wanted a stupid haircut when I was little? And my parents just said, no, we're not doing that. We're getting a buzz cut every 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're going to look humiliated in your pictures later.
Yeah.
You know, we want you to
Dyeing
look
your hair?
nice.
No. Yeah. And this is basically proof of grooming,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, 100%.
This is like nature versus nurture. You had 4 kids. They're all something on the spectrum different. Like they're all some sort of weird sexual thing. And it's like the odds of that, it's like mathematically impossible for that to actually happen. It's 100% proof of nature versus nurture grooming.
Absolutely. I mean, and we have many such cases, right? We're always pointing out these examples, a crazy mom manipulating her kids. We'll see. I mean, we probably will never hear from this family again.
Yeah.
But, you know, Godspeed on your mission because you're all going to be fucked up and you're all going to make mistakes.
Yeah. And I was reading the comments. There's 2 commenters that made some interesting points. One was a woman who said that she knew a family who lost their child to CPS, like to Child Protective Services. And then the child got replaced into a lesbian home. And the family eventually got the kid back. And when the kid came back, there was a boy who was like trying to like grow his hair and paint his nails and like do lesbian shit, which is, you know, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then another commenter said something interesting. If you do hormone blockers for a trans kid, whatever, you know, like a boy trying to be a girl and you block their hormones, young boys need a certain amount of testosterone to grow a healthy heart. So when you do hormone blockers, it's not just like, oh, we're going to pause hormones. Like, it's no big deal. We can start it back if we want to. You're actually taking away testosterone, which is needed to grow a healthy heart at that age. And they're taking that away from the boys, which is actually really dangerous too.
Yeah.
And no one ever thinks about that.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Well, the most pressing issue is the gender identity because if not, I'll kill myself, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the general threat?
Yeah, exactly. And like for trans people are going through it. You know the term going through it?
Of course.
They're going through it, and we feel for trans people. We wish you the best.
You're having something's going on in your head. You have an affliction, right?
Exactly. You got something going on. We recognize that. We feel for you. We wish you the best. We want you to get through it. But like when an alcoholic invites you to a brewery, we have to say no, not until you sort out your mental problems.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that crazy. Like everyone, it's not that crazy. Not such a hateful stance that we have.
Yeah, and the video's from Based Latin, by the way. Shout out to Based Latin. He's doing great work. He's like our version of Libs of TikTok.
Yeah.
He gets in the weeds and he finds these videos.
He's great. Based Latin. Based.Latin. Give him a follow on Instagram.
Yep.
Next, the pronoun cow from Netflix.
Yeah, let's check out what they're showing the kids.
That's because I'm non-binary, and Fred is the name that fits me best. And I also use they and them because calling me a she or a he doesn't feel right to me.
I'm sorry I used the wrong name and pronouns.
So that's what they're up to on Netflix. They used to hide it. Now they're just telling it. And this is what pedo wants too.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't kill the cows. Let them convert your kids to transgender.
Yeah, use them for propaganda instead. My thing is, like, there's a certain subtlety of propaganda, right? Like, and now it seems like it's just out the door. Like they pause the whole show, whatever the show's about, to do a whole I'm non-binary section. And it's like, well, what's happening in the show? Like, who's doing what? Like, did we win the big game? Did the raffle work out? Like they just pause to do their spiel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like crazy. They don't even try to sneak it in.
Yeah, the whole show is about that.
Yeah, it's just explaining it straightforward to your 6-year-old's face. Crazy.
All right, the horrors continue. We have a transracial clip, which is pretty interesting.
Caucasian model has transitioned into being a black woman. Martina Big has had multiple tanning injections in order to change the color of her skin. She's always liked the curves on black women and started her journey with breast enhancements. She now has the largest breast implants in Europe. In 2017, she started with injections to change the color of her skin, hair, and eyes. She claims she traveled to Kenya to learn more about their cultures, where a local clergyman declared her to be a true Kenyan woman. She now fully identifies as a black woman and even had her ethnicity changed through the government. Next, she plans to,
what's
quote,
interesting
change my
in
facial
all these
features to
cases,
African and
whenever someone
enlarge
wants
my
to
body.
transition or become something else, what's the first thing they do?
As big of tits as humanly possible.
Massive cans.
Crazy. They're all the same. All the body dysmorphia types.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm not really comfortable with my body. I want to try something different. I don't really feel like who I truly am. So quadruple Z prosthetics. That's who I really am.
Yeah, give me as much silicone as fucking possible.
I want to blow my back out.
Yeah.
Just carrying these things around. I don't feel like myself. Those massive knockers, that's who I truly am.
Yeah,
that's me, my zone.
It's crazy how it always starts like that. And then this woman looks exactly like Martina Martinez from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This is like they've already done this bit.
It looks like a literal bit. Martina Martinez with sweet D's for Martina Martinez. It's so good.
And she goes to Kenya with her gigantic tits and starts hopping around, and all of a sudden she's black.
Yeah, this is who she truly was the whole time.
She's doing what Rachel Dolezal couldn't do. And Rachel Dolezal's biggest mistake was not having gigantic tits.
Yeah,
I guess.
That's a good point. Because when you become like this lady, she's becoming black, she got the huge cans, she got the big hair, she got acrylic nails. It's like all for what? Just to say the word? You can just say it.
Yeah. This is all some long game to say the N-word. Get the N-word pass.
Oh, man. All right. Let's move on to the lady who poops in her Honda Pilot. If you're not into vulgar talk, you probably want to skip this part.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I live full-time in my SUV with my dog Pippa, and this is quite literally how I poop. This is how I do it. I get a tall kitchen bag. I find that this size, for some reason, just works the best. Then I rip the seam on the side so I can adjust it so it can fit my body. I then just will simply pull it around my body, squat down, just like you would if you were outside. Pull it up in the front in case I also need to pee, and then just poop right in the bag. Then I have some rocks in here to show you. I tie off the bag as close to the poop as possible so it's nice and sealed in there. Then I put it into a Tupperware container where I also store my dog's poop for the day, and it keeps the smell out. Then I obviously go throw this away as soon as I possibly can. So I hope this helps. Bye.
I hope this helps. Hope this helps who? Had to shit in the car?
You're shitting in your car? That's what I'm getting from that. No. Like, do we need to hear everything from everyone all the time? This social media world we're living in? How to take a shit? And it's like, you're not exactly like the model we want to picture taking a shit.
And you're also, the technique you're using isn't even some like groundbreaking technique. Like you could just be like, oh yeah, dig a little hole and squat down and then just go and bury it.
You're explaining how to shit in a bag.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like I grab a garbage bag and then I squat down and I put the bag under my butt and then I shit in the bag.
What happened to shitting in the woods?
Yeah.
Like you know, it's kind of biodegradable. You don't need to add plastic to this.
And then collect it in your Tupperware for the day.
Also, it's like people pick up dog shit all the time with a bag inverted. And for some reason, you need to shit directly into the bag. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But hey, take the advice. There is a good chance we're all going to be living in our cars soon. So maybe it's something we need to know.
Pending economic doom, the bank run. Sorry, guys.
The bank
you're
run.
You're gonna need this advice. Actually, you're gonna be shitting in and you probably can't even afford the bags. So you're gonna be shitting in the woods.
We'll
soon.
do a follow up and we'll give you the real tips on how to shit outside.
My favorite is like you do this kind of like everybody who lives in their van or does the van life. They do the content that you have to make content out of it, right? Because it's like I need to make a little money or do something and get a brand deal. And it's like you do this weird smiling face, like while you're doing it, you're reenacting, and it's like I put rocks in the shit bag to reenact, and she's like smiling. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
You're talking about disgusting subject matter.
The rocks are the fake poop.
Yeah.
Before she said I put rocks to show, I saw the weight in the bag, and I was just like, no way. No. That's not what's happening, right? And it wasn't. All right, moving on. Similar topic. These fat people try to fly on an airplane.
Let's see what they're up to.
Travel might look a little different for us plus-size folks, but it's still possible.
Folks.
The airlines should do a better job accommodating us, but until then, I'll keep shouting my message from the rooftops. You deserve to travel just as much as anyone else.
No chance in the bathroom. There's just no chance in the bathroom.
The guy also just proved he can't see his dick by that camera POV.
Yeah, that was bad.
I gotta get under there.
But they travel together and have an empty seat in between them?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's as best as you can do.
You can do that?
Well, I mean, they either got lucky or they bought it, right?
Yeah.
And if it's Southwest and the plane wasn't full, that's the last seat people are taking.
That would be that's like a nightmare. You have a bad dream.
Yeah.
It's about flying in between those two.
Yeah. This is another case of not everything needs to be content.
Yeah.
The airlines do a better job accommodating us soon. Like they're optimistic. And it's like, I kind of want that now. Now that I've thought about how woke the airlines are and how they're going to be shoving black pilots in there with inexperience.
Yeah.
It's like, make room for fatties too. Let's just attack their profit margins here.
And yeah, exactly. More space, but how about he shows the table can't come down? So he's like, I can't even feed on this plane.
I can't even pig. I can't even get my pig pie.
I can't even put the food down in front of me.
Which is obviously the most important thing to them.
Yeah. It's like, how are you going to feed if there's no table in front of you? The chair in between the two being empty and then you buy it, that's not off the table. I would do that.
Yeah.
I would buy the seat in the middle in between but then I guess you just buy first class because that would be the cost of it.
Exactly.
And
that's what I'm saying. They're complaining about this too the whole time. And it's like, first class is always an option, guys.
Yeah. First class. And if you don't do first class, no offense, you're too fat to fly.
Literally.
And that's coming from someone who at times was almost too fat to fly. I've never been too fat to fly, but I've teetered. I've gotten close.
Gone on a couple swings.
Got on a couple
Up and
planes
down.
where you buckle the thing and it's like, I'm fine.
You're looking at a guy who probably avoids regional aircraft, those 60-seaters.
Yeah.
Guy who doesn't want to fly to Willingston, North Dakota, just because the plane might be a little small. So we're not totally,
exactly. Sometimes you're a little too fat to fly. It happens to the best of us. Like the carry-ons.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't fit in the main cabin, you got to go with the cargo.
Yeah. That's the funny part is watching these two people get on the plane and it's like, yeah, sir, your luggage was over 50 pounds by 1 pound. You're going to have to reorganize everything. And it's like you see two 400-pounders come in, boom, the ground shakes, your water moves like Jurassic Park.
The plane takes off on an angle. And it's like, come on.
Pilot goes, hate to say it, we're going to have to rearrange some of the weight back there.
They come back and they go,
didn't that happen to you once?
Yeah, but...
Weren't we going to Idaho or something? And they asked you to, was that happened?
I don't remember. I've never been to Idaho, I don't think.
We went to Sun Valley. We went fly fishing in Sun Valley. And I think
the plane was a little small and they made me move.
I think the plane was a little small. And
I was probably the fattest person. That happens. Not too fat to fly.
Not too fat to fly.
Not making TikToks about it.
Exactly. I actually think I might have made that up. That might be a doppelganger type thing.
I kind of remember something.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I don't think you fully made it up, but I think they told people to go from the front to the back.
Yes.
And then we were part of the group.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next, the girl online on the chat who's rating guys 1 through 10 and girls 1 through 10.
Yep. Let's see.
Pictures of people out of 10. All right. So there's this guy first.
Oh my god. Negative 1 million.
Okay. What about this girl?
She's a 10. She's pretty.
She's a 10 out of 10.
All right. What about this girl?
I think he's a 5.
All right. What about this girl?
She's a 7.
She's a 7.
What about this girl?
She's a 5.
He's a 3.
Wait, so this guy's a 3, but this girl is a 10?
Yes. She's literally gorgeous. What do you mean? She's majestic.
But she's obese, though. Well, she is.
I know you're not talking looking like a whole Humpty Dumpty.
Do you think I'm fat?
Yes, you look like it.
Oh, baby. Where's that fat?
Put them
Where's that fat at? I'm not body shaming. Isn't it a fact that she's obese?
She's not obese. She's gorgeous. What do you mean? She's literally more gorgeous than you.
But isn't it a fact that she's obese, though?
Yeah, but she's gorgeous. Okay, it doesn't matter if she's big. She's literally gorgeous. Why are you pointing out the fact that she's fat? Literally, no one cares. I don't care. She's literally gorgeous.
Because it isn't fat unattractive.
Stupid. That's the extent of your thought process. It's like, she's literally gorgeous. Like, there's no critical thinking. Like, well, maybe to some she would be this, but her face is great and blah, blah, blah. It's just, no, literally, why are you stupid? That man's a negative 1 million.
Yeah.
I'm Martina Martinez. It's the same shit.
Isn't this person just a moron?
Yeah, it's a mouth breather. This girl's IQ is probably fucking 90.
And she votes?
Well, maybe.
She goes to college?
Yeah. No, she goes to nursing school and she's about to mix up someone's medicine and cause a flatline. That's probably her path, right? Like a nurse.
Yeah.
And she gets a big Starbucks. She drinks out of the Stanley Cup. She's literally gorgeous.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I think there's this new thing happening now. Well, I know there's a new thing happening now. You see it on podcasts too, whenever they have these girls on the podcast.
Yeah.
Girls think because a guy will sleep with them, that's a value. So there's girls who are I can go out right now and get laid tonight if I want to.
Yeah.
And guys can't do that. And it's you think that's good? Guys will have sex with anybody. If you went to a bar and said, "Oh, let's go have sex," the guy's gonna go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And as long as you're somewhat acceptable looking.
Yeah. It might as well. Sure, I'll do it.
And they think that's good. Oh, guys want me. And it's guys want the easiness of you.
Yeah.
And they think that's an impressive stat. Oh, guys want to sleep with me. Guys can't do that.
100%. And you know what else is another thing that we've, I think, briefly talked about before is this guy obviously chose a girl who was extremely obese, but also had a skinny face and a relatively, to her fat body, a relatively skinny face. And so I think that's one of the funnier part about the fat plus size model trend is they always pick disgusting fat girls who have a perfectly normal relative face. So it's when are we going to get the sloppy pigs? When are we going to get this going? I want to see a model who's who's got a jaws, you know? I want to see some really disgusting shit, and then I'll believe you, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Then I'll believe you that you really like plus size people.
Someone not even worth airbrushing or photoshopping.
Exactly.
Someone just like put her up as she is, all greasy and sweaty and glistening.
Exactly.
All right, that's good. Last piece of cringe of the week. Joe Biden's fake letter from that kid.
Yeah, dear Charlotte. Charlotte. Well, here I'll read. I'll read the writing first.
Yeah.
Dear President Biden, I just wanted to tell you something not fair to ladies. Men are getting more money than girls. Wrong then. I think you should fix this since you're the president. Even I'm a child and I think we should do something.
This is like an Always Sunny bit too.
Yeah, Charlie wrote this.
Need money now, please. Please, money now, for me.
And then Joe Biden tweets it and goes, Charlotte, I couldn't agree more. Women lose thousands of dollars each year and hundreds of thousands over a lifetime because of gender and racial wage gaps. I'm committed to building an economy where my daughters have the same rights and opportunities as my sons.
So stupid. And there was an interesting thing that got fact checked.
Community notes on Twitter.
About like the wage gap. So like the fact check happened. They're like, well, the wage gap isn't blah, blah, blah. So it was like a fact check for our side. So it's like, that's good. But then it's also like, that's bad because now I'm cheering for a fact check when there should just be no fact checks.
That's the great psyop. Yeah.
You know, so now, exactly. That's the great psyop. You see it and you go, nice. Now they're getting fact checked. But it's like now you just open the door to like being fine with fact check. There should just be no fact checks.
True.
So busy day here at the office trying to figure that one out.
Well, I think, at least on a fact check on Instagram or on Facebook can fuck your account.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. Like if you've ever gone through like a shadow banning or whatever, like someone's account can just be like 90 days of like zero reach, zero engagement. Twitter, I don't think they do that, or they don't penalize you if they do a little note.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So.
All right, moving on. We're going into Urban Decay section. This week's Urban Decay section is brought to you by the Clinton shirt. Guys, this Clinton shirt is our most popular item in the FLECCAS merch store. Get it today. It's very good, very high quality. We have a new merch fulfiller, and all the new prints are very high quality. All the sweatshirts and t-shirts are great. Print lasts forever. FLECCASmerch.com is the website. There is no promo code. Just go please buy a shirt. The Clinton shirt is amazing, makes for a great gift, and it's our most popular item. So if you want to get a shirt that says Hillary Clinton and her husband kill people for whatever reason, FLECCASmerch.com is the place to get it. All right, Urban Decay. All right, first clip of Urban Decay is the Ratboy doppelganger fight. That one?
Oh, yeah.
This is a good one.
You're spoiling for a fight here. Just leave our
Don't fucking threaten
No,
me.
go in.
What, you think you're Scottish? You think you're
stop.
bad? I'll fuck you up.
Hey, look. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh.
Don't threaten me.
Go on.
Don't fucking threaten me.
I'll put a fucking standard base.
Yeah, that's built different. White people have no culture, though. You see that?
Headbutt culture.
That's built different.
Yeah.
And as soon as the guy got hit, he knew this was the wrong dude.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Wrong dude.
Kind of reminded me of a General Patton quote. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. Just this guy's getting riled up. Just sneak attack headbutt.
With your glasses still on?
Yeah.
That dude's built different.
Yeah. There's a certain sort of like fighting thing where if a guy's about the same height as you and you're the skinny kid and he's like thicker, kind of, you can see the thickness in his neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not even necessarily strong or big, but there's like a certain weight difference. It's like, unless you're a boxer or something, like just kind of,
That neck difference should really wake people up.
And weight classes exist for a reason, you know? They didn't just make that up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. That neck versus the other neck, those are two different classes of people. All right, next, let's go to the ruined brunch.
Yeah.
When you just wanted a nice quiet breakfast with the family.
And they laugh at him. Look at that. Nice group. And even the people behind the family are fed up too.
Yeah.
Even they're fed up.
People don't like this. If you see a girl, and honestly, a black girl with a sash, birthday sash,
one of those things,
or a bachelor birthday sash, and it's a brunch, it's about to get loud. All right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Trick Daddy is playing. Is that Trick Daddy?
Might be.
Who is that? I don't know. Terrible scene. Terrible scene.
Not
Just
good.
don't even get the apps. Just get out.
Yeah, a little loud in here. And then also the place that they're at is called, I think, Bacon Bitch. Is that what it says on the wall?
That's what it says on the wall, yeah.
Which reminds me of like all these like hipster places in LA. There's Bacon Bitch. There's a place called Egg Slut. They just use these stupid terms.
Egg slut, like, and it's all like for an Instagram like sign, like rosé all day.
Yeah.
Or like egg slut, you said, right?
Egg Slut is another one.
There used to be a store by your place in New York that was called Shoegasm.
Shoegasm. It's all like Amy Schumer stand-up names.
Yeah.
For a restaurant.
It's like vulgar millennial humor where it's like, oh my God, that's so cute. And it's like the cringiest stuff I've ever seen. Bacon Bitch.
Yeah,
We're
Bacon
twerking
Bitch.
at Bacon Bitch on the table.
We're at Whore Brunch right now. Whore Brunch at Bacon Bitch.
And then that actually, I saw this last week and I thought about it when I saw Bacon Bitch, is this picture somebody took of the self-help books on the wall at like a Barnes & Noble, I believe. And just look at this picture. It's all like, people were describing it as, you know, people need self-help books still. Millennial, and particularly women, need self-help books still, but they want to feel badass about it. They want to feel a girl boss about it. So all these titles are like disgusting. Everything is fucked. A book about hope. This other book, Get Your Shit Together.
Fuck feelings.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. How to Stop Feeling Like Shit. Stop doing that shit. You badass. It's
all
like
this trash.
Why are we doing this? And it's like, it kind of just shows this stupid mentality, right? Where it's like, I need to be hard when I'm seeking help and self-improvement.
And it's like how to act like a man as a girl.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, fuck your feelings. Get tough. Pull yourself up. You're a badass bitch. It's like, you're 120 pounds.
Yeah, be soft. Be vulnerable. Like, be a woman. You know, don't not give a fuck and go yell at a man because a book swore at you. You know, it's like so weird to me.
Yeah, go sleep around like a dude.
Exactly.
Don't give a fuck. That'll help your mental health. All right.
What would you do in a brunch like that?
I would just say, hey, we're gonna leave. Can I have the check right now? And they'd say, well, your food hasn't even come yet. And I'd just say, yeah, I really want to leave. And if you want me to pay for it, bring me the check right now. If you want me to just leave, everything to go is what I would do.
Smart.
That's the answer. Because I wouldn't just leave the food, but I kind of would. And I don't want to say that into the podcast. Like I would just leave like a $50 tab and just walk out.
Oh, it's breakfast, so it's not the most expensive meal.
Yeah, I would just say, hey, everything to go. I would go. I look over at the twerking and I go, actually, that's going to be a to-go order. And let's get out of here. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would leave.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next, there's a reparations idea going around California that's escalating.
Yeah, this is basically like the city council of San Francisco hired or created or tasked a group with making recommendations on reparations. So that group, they went off, they did their math, they crunched some numbers, they fibbed some numbers too, you know, whatever they wanted to do. And this is what they came back with. The San Francisco appointed a reparations committee, and here are their recommendations. $5 million to each black resident. $97K or more a year for the next 250 years. All black residents get a home for $1. All personal debt eliminated. No taxes.
Dog.
The fucking dream scenario.
Let me get that. No taxes. So if that happened,
that's winning the lottery.
That's better.
Every black person ever that's winning the lottery in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. And it's like then after that, all the white people will be robbing all the black people because they got stuff for free based on their skin color and they have the privilege, which is what everyone now is convinced is going on. White people have all this privilege because it's their skin color and their race, and that's why they got ahead. And they would actually flip it, but it would actually be the problem they claimed existed.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, no, you got $5 million in a house for $1 because of your skin color. Like, give me $100,000. Give me, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
So that would actually create so much division. And it's like that type of thing, giving houses and land away for $1, giving your money away to other people just because they think that they deserve it because they're oppressed. That's like some conquered nation shit.
Absolutely. That's like the Japanese, like living on mainland China being like, okay, all the houses are ours. You go work the fields. Like, you're our subject now.
Yeah. So that would kind of escalate things. And it's like, if I can kind of test the environment and taste the environment a little bit, it feels like they're going to be ramping up some racial division. Imagine going into an election and one side wants all the black people to get $5 million and $97K a year for 250 years and no taxes and a house for $1. And then the other side is like, well, technically Derek Chauvin maybe shouldn't go to jail for murder. That's going to be like some division that kind of feels like it's coming.
Yeah. What's the $5 million for? You already got a house for $1. You're getting $97K a year. What's the $5 million for? Just spending money?
Yeah.
You get a Bentley?
That's wild.
That's what it's for?
That would be real Chappelle Show shit.
Mm-hmm. It really would.
Yeah. And that,
hot hand in a dice game. You run it up to 40 mil.
So, yeah, that looks like some racial division is coming our way, which is why our next clip is of a white person.
Hold on. If that happens, if anything like this goes through, it's time to start like really thinking about not being in the same country as these people, right?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
think reparations and paying, and it's like San Francisco has filthy streets, disgusting tents,
shit,
fentanyl needle distribution shit. And then they want to give $5 million to every black person just for being black.
That's a little, what's it called? End times shit.
That's end times. That's national divorce type shit. So
yeah. What country would you go to besides America?
No, I mean, I'd just go to a state or something in America that's like
normal. I couldn't
people
leave
like
America.
me, you know, people like me. You know that meme, the safest states, positive, safest states, and then they go the negatives. It's not diverse enough.
Yeah,
you know that
Vermont is like that.
Vermont
New
safest, but also least diverse.
Yeah, the pros and cons of Vermont. It's
Yeah.
the safest, blah blah blah. The cons, it's not that diverse.
Yeah, it's Idaho time. It's time to get on that regional jet and redistribute the weight because I'm headed to Idaho
with all my stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Next clip: pedophile is caught, and then they make him confess to his wife on the phone. This is actually a dark clip, and it's like intense.
Yeah.
So if you get sad easy.
Well, I've
watch
got
out.
something to tell you.
What?
I'm here in Denver, and I was going to meet up with what I thought was 18 or 19-year-old boy.
Tell the truth.
He's 14.
What?
And
Got caught.
And I got caught.
Hello, ma'am. Hello?
Hey, Deb.
Dave?
Okay, hold on.
Hey, Deb, this is Tommy with Colorado Pet Patrol. I'm here in Broomfield, Colorado with your husband. He attempted to pick up a 14-year-old who he knew was 14 to bring back to his hotel for sex. And we are here with him now. Yeah, and I apologize to tell you, he didn't want to call you, but we wanted you to know. He clearly knew it was a 14-year-old. This is our 267th catch. And he's here at the Walmart to pick up the 14-year-old boy.
What?
I'm sorry.
Why? This can't be real.
I'm sorry, Deb.
I'm so sorry, Deb.
All right, that's
We can-
enough.
She hyperventilates a little bit.
Yeah, she starts hyperventilating. That's bad. For that guy, you could just do death by cop. That's always an option. It's like, oh, call your wife. And it's like, I'm gonna go up to that cop and pull around on my waistband a little bit.
I'm gonna start administering some threats,
Yeah.
get the situation ramped up to level 10, and then reach in
I
my
have a gun.
pocket.
I have a gun. I'm gonna kill you, and then just death by cop. You can always just anyone get any time could just do death by cop.
Yeah. I like how the pedo patrol guy is like telling Deb the logistics of the situation and being like, yep, we're with a pedo patrol YouTube channel.
It's like plugging his channel. We have a
Yeah.
YouTube.
It's our 267th catch. She's like, what is my husband up to? Like, let's just get to what did my husband do exactly?
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's incredibly dark. I'm glad he was caught. I'm glad the pedo was caught.
Yeah. And it makes you go ahead, sorry.
No, that's it.
I was gonna say it makes you wonder, Michael Knowles.
Ooh.
Is this grounds for a divorce?
What say you, Michael?
Because Michael Knowles always says there's no reason to ever get divorced. There's no grounds for divorce. I don't know what he would say on this one, but he'd probably have to say no divorce.
That's a Chinese finger trap, Michael.
That's a tough one, Michael.
That's a pedophile.
That's the worst one, Michael. It's the toughest one.
That's the worst thing you could be.
So Let's not ask him. We'll put him in a tough spot. But I would like to know, because he always says, never a reason for divorce. So I wonder if that counts.
Yeah. Man, that Deb was sitting at home having a nice evening.
She just gets out of town.
Yeah.
That's brutal. You know what's interesting? When we show that clip, no one's going to go in the comments and say, why are you showing this white pedo? There's pedos of all different races. This isn't all white people. Not all white people are pedos. Because everyone knows these are just individuals we're showing doing bad shit. It's not a race thing. It's not whatever. Okay. Next, this black guy slams an Asian lady and paralyzes her.
Now that we've covered with the white pedo, we can get to the black on Asian violence, which is always occurring, guys, if you didn't know. Where is it?
I think it's that article right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, here.
Well, here's the video.
Here's the video first.
And don't look away. This is probably violent. I haven't seen it yet.
It is violent. So this is like a 40 or 50-year-old Vietnamese woman. She had just gone to the ATM. Body slam from this guy who's trying to rob her.
And she took like $4,500 from the ATM out to visit her family in Vietnam to pay for it.
Yep. She took money out of the bank, and this guy followed her for 24 miles and then got her in a spot that was like, a compromising position where he could get her. Obviously, the cameras were still there, so it caught the attack, but he followed her, he planned this out, and then he brutally assaulted her.
Horrible. And then here's another clip that's somewhat related. This is a viral clip that just happened. You might not even have it here, but you'll know what I'm talking. Oh, you do have it. These guys were at a bar, college bar, it looks like.
Yep.
And there was a wheelchair on the top of the stairs, and they were drunk, and they pushed the wheelchair down the stairs, kind of laughed about it, went back to the party. Not a great move.
Very scummy.
Scumbag move. Not funny, but if you're drunk and young, I can see like the ha ha ha, we're that crazy, bro.
You're impulsive. You did something stupid.
It's a bit. It's like when you go to the bathroom at the bar and you piss all over the bathroom, and it's like kind of like a scumbag move, but you think it's funny because you're drunk, and it's like actually a scumbag move because someone needs to clean it up and use the bathroom after you. It's like that.
You do that? You do that sort of thing?
I don't even drink really. I don't party, so no, not anymore. But it's like that, it's like a scumbag move. And then this goes super viral. Everyone's talking about this.
This had 32 million views, 100,000 likes, basically. It was going super viral. All the comments were people like showing the guy and he needs to leave and creative ways to charge him with something way more so he actually goes to jail. Like the whole thing is like putting our brain together to figure out how we can make this guy suffer and go to jail, right?
Yeah. But then the guy who paralyzes the Asian lady by body slamming her and literally puts her in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You kind of see that for a day and it goes on Tucker and then that's it.
Yep,
Goes
exactly.
away.
The white Twitter people don't swarm on that and say, please, we need to find this guy in Houston at all costs. This woman was paralyzed. She has 3 kids.
Isn't that interesting? Like, wouldn't you be like, oh, here he is. He works here. We can charge him for this. We can up the charge for that. We can give him no parole.
This is where the ATM is, like, that he followed her from. So we know he's from that area, And it's like not a smart criminal. This guy's not very smart.
Yeah, but no investigative research went into that. It's all trying to get these kids who pushed a wheelchair down the stairs.
Because there's nothing that makes someone angrier than a white kid who's having fun doing whatever he wants. They have to put a stop to that no matter what. And obviously the kid's a scumbag. We're not defending this. It's just a juxtaposition of like the international outrage at this guy victimizing someone and breaking a wheelchair.
Yeah.
To a woman literally getting paralyzed.
Literally paralyzed, life changed, and robbed.
And my thing is...
premeditated too.
Exactly. All premeditated. He had every chance to do it. He was following her for a long time. Didn't need to body slam her. The woman, like, you could have probably punched her. It's just sort of like a fucked up thing. And we've done that before where it's like the guy who stole the power washing. He at Home Depot.
Yeah, he pushed the guy over.
He pushed a guy over and he was elderly and he died. The Home Depot receipt checker guy died because you wanted 3 Ryobi power washers. And so one of the things that I thought about, and this is my twisted mind, right, is how these girls... This woman has 3 children. They're all sad. Obviously, their mom got in a horrible victim of a crime. This one little robbery has like a downward path Like it affects the kids, it affects her mom, it affects the kids. You know, they're going to be caring for this woman for a long time. And the first thing I thought about is how her children are going to go through college and get racial sensitivity training. They're going to get their first job. They're going to do HR, click through racial sensitivity training, all to be not discriminating against black people who just fucking paralyzed their mom.
It's so true.
You know what I mean? Doesn't that make you kind of sick that it's like you need to be re-educated too after you've been the victim of a horrible crime?
Yeah, re-educated. Ignore what you're seeing. Ignore your eyes. Here's what you really need to worry about. And
crime has no race.
Yeah.
And they do that. And then it's like, well, who did all the violent crimes here?
Nobody.
Do we need to pull up the graph, the Asian on black and the black on Asian graph?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's drastic.
All right, next clip.
Gets exhausting here.
Yeah, it does. Crazy guy breaks into the wrong house. Here's a reason to have a gun.
What the fuck? Fucking plane! I want my money. Fucking money now. This is not the right house. This is not the right house. Oh shit! Where is he? Who are you looking for? Where is he? Who are you looking for? Get out here now. Who are you looking for? Where is he?
Let's go. The cops will handle it. Let's go.
Where is he?
Who?
Who?
Where is your brother?
Your brother. I don't have a brother. I don't have a brother.
You might be at the wrong house.
Who are you looking for?
What's his name, Haley?
What's his name?
I am so sorry.
Hold on.
He hit my daughter with a car after
He hit my daughter with a fucking car. We have been here the entire time. We have not left the house. And I'll pay for it. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Who are you looking for? Come here. Come outside. I'm sorry. I'm not coming outside. Stay away, please. Who are you looking for? This is the wrong house. I'm sure. I'll pay for it. Okay. What's your name? What's his name? Waylon. We do not know anybody with that name.
Oh my God, you're at the wrong house. They said that he gave this address.
This is the wrong address.
I am so sorry.
We do not know anyone with that address.
I'm so scared. He ran my daughter over with a car.
Take money. I don't want money. We just want you to leave.
Take it.
I'm sorry. Take it. I'm sorry.
He gave your address.
He gave me your address.
It's about enough, right?
Yeah. I wonder how much money he gave him.
Seems like 300 or 400, maybe 3.
Got hundreds in there?
Maybe.
Could
I
have
don't
been
know.
80. Could have been 20s. Here's $60.
I kicked down your door and caused emotional damage. Here's $80.
Here's $48.
That sounds about right.
I'm sorry. You could kill that guy?
Yeah.
Like
in a lot of states. I mean, here's the thing. Like, you shouldn't kill that guy, I guess, because it worked itself out. But like, if you left that guy and his lifeless body right at the door that just got broken off its hinges, no one would come into that crime scene and be like, you murdered him.
Yeah.
They'd be like, all right, you had to do it. I get it.
But then it's like, think about it, being those people, and you might think, I don't need a gun. I don't involve myself in sketchy situations. I don't party. I don't do drugs. I'm not in like bad circles.
I play Guitar Hero on my Wii.
And I have like a soft blanket that I watch Netflix under, like, and I'm just at my house. But then someone breaks in thinking it's some other street rat's house trying to kill you. Like, that can happen to literally anybody.
Yeah.
That you could kill that guy if things went worse, where he thought you were the guy he was looking for, and then he just came and attacked you.
Mm-hmm.
You need to kill that guy.
Of course. Yeah,
So
you have
that's
every right
crazy.
to as well. Yeah, that's crazy. And I love the switch. This might be the wrong house. Like, you already kicked in the door. So yeah,
that's brutal. All right, last piece.
I'm glad cooler heads prevailed though at the end of the day, and you know
that got settled. That guy could have just gotten Django'd or whatever.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
All right, last thing of Urban Decay is the Pigeon English thing.
Oh yeah,
I don't have anything prepared for this. I just saw this. You told me this late yesterday, and it just sounded like a bit. I couldn't believe it was real.
Yeah, so you know how like certain languages have like dialects, like there's kind of a Jamaican Americanized thing and whatever. So I just ran into this, and it's called BBC News Pidgin. And I think it's mostly Nigeria that when they move to an English-speaking country, they speak Pidgin English. But there's a ton of different variations. So this caught my eye, and we just wanted to read it to the audience just for fun. I no fit read until 18. Now I be professor for Cambridge University. So that sentence technically shouldn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Cambridge University shouldn't have someone who speaks in anywhere close to that, right?
Professor.
Now I'm professor. So here's the article. One man way no fit read or write until I'm be until MB18 go become the youngest ever black professor for the UK Cambridge University. Dem diagnosed Jason Arday with autism and global development delay for him early years, and him no fit to speak until him be 11 years old. Now, the 37-year-old, they set to become professor of sociology of education for the prestigious university. Although I'm no fit talk, although I'm no fit talk, the young Jason Day always questioned the world around him.
What's the last part? Why some
people they homeless? Him remember they wonder. Why war day?
This has to be a bit.
No, it's not. It's real.
So that's Cambridge University, youngest professor ever. And it's like, it's not some kid who's like a genius savant. It's him no talk be professor.
It's not some organic chemistry genius. It's not some guy who solved an improvable calculus equation. It's the pigeon man with autism who didn't know how to speak until 8 years old.
I-M.
Yeah, that's what they say for him.
It's him.
Wow. Man. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Born and raised for Clapham, Southwest London, Prof. Arday, one sociologist, say informative moments include watching Nelson Mandela released from prison on television and South Africa's symbolic triumph for the 1995 Rugby World Cup.
Wow.
This guy's like talking like an
idiot.
No, like my formative moments were watching TV. I never, I didn't have any experiences. Him always questioned the way of the world. And it's like his questions of the way of the world are, why some people they homeless? Him remember they wonder, why war day? So why are some people homeless and why war? He doesn't have the answers. He just had these questions.
And he doesn't even say the questions correctly.
Yeah. So remember when Cambridge University was a real university, guys? It's over.
When did Cambridge University start? 1200?
Oh my God, I'm going to look it up right now. It's got to be a long, long time ago. Founded in 1209.
I was close.
In England. The third oldest university in continuous operation. It's one of the most prestigious. And
off the plank it goes.
Yeah. Say goodnight, guys.
Taking that guy's class.
So Cambridge University, they now have survey courses called Why Some People They Homeless?
Why would they?
And so I don't want to just purely make fun of this way of talking and whatever. It's like some people develop dialects, some people do this. Why does this language need to survive? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we just kind of phase that out and like get proper English a little bit?
Yeah.
So why does this have the right to survive? It's like literally stupid. It's like a dumbed down version of English. And I don't know, man. I just thought this was crazy. Asking the real questions. Why some people they homeless? Do you know why? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
No, because you didn't go to Cambridge.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Go to Cambridge, $80K a year.
Why some people they homeless?
Why war day? And that's the question of why is there war?
Yeah.
It's about war. Why war day?
Yeah. Crazy.
All right. Well, that's the end of Urban Decay. That was an intense Urban Decay this week. One of our better, worst ones. Like one of our good, bad. Like a lot of bad stuff, which is why it's good.
Yeah. Why them people fight the Asian lady?
Why them paralyze her and then only care about white boy pushing down the wheelchair the stairs? You know?
Bad.
All right, uplifting gold. We have a lot of uplifting gold. No need to get down. No need to get depressed. We're well past the hour point. We're getting into these longer shows, as everyone knows about. So we're going to be shooting for like an hour and 20, hour and 30. We can build up to that. So if you made it this far, we appreciate it. We're getting into our longer episodes. All right, uplifting gold. First clip. The lady hurts her leg.
Woman falls.
She hurts her leg. This kid comes over.
CPR on the leg.
Yeah, that should be in cringe. This kid doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, hurt your ankle, swollen, immediately apply pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cute.
Twist your ankle. Let's start jolting it. Let's see if that helps.
That's cute. That kid's got good instincts. He wants to help. He just doesn't know how. So that's uplifting gold.
Uplifting gold. All right, next, uplifting gold, the singer.
My mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never lied to admit that I was wrong. I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, but now I know I'm better sleeping going on my own.
That's good. I like that guy. He's a good singer.
Why is this an uplifting gold?
He's a singer. I like him. It's not a bit. What would the bit even be?
There's no ulterior bit here. There's nothing appearance based. You want to say? There's
no. I mean, he's got a little something maybe, but that's not why I like him. I just think he's passionate. He likes to sing. I love Anouk Katitawan, as everyone knows. I'm just growing my stable of best singers. I like that guy.
Something's off. Something's not right.
There's no bit.
All right.
What would the bit even be on that?
Let's move along then. Everyone
right.
saw it. Everyone's uplifted because of it.
Good. That guy's a singer. He likes to sing. He's passionate. He sings Justin Bieber song into a milk crate. It was good.
And he's got a little something.
Maybe. And that's not even why we like him. All right. Next, the Joe Biden Wish.com joke. This is funny too.
Hey, y'all. Joe Biden is a president if it were you're the guy that from Wish.com. You never get what you pay for.
That's so true. Wish.com, you order it and it's some crap from China. That's not a bit either. You think that's a bit?
Oh, it's like he spoke a meme out loud, but then couldn't deliver it right.
And then just still uploaded it as is. It was like a 4-second video. He could have just fixed and done again correctly.
Oh, man.
That's good.
There's some content out there that's just on a different wave, different level.
All right, let's keep it moving. Ohio State mini car kid.
This was Ohio State?
Yeah. Yep. At least someone's executing on their vision, putting their delusions into reality like we talked about.
I like that, yeah.
I really like that.
Hey.
We like that guy.
Hey.
Base Mug if you follow the show.
Hey, it's a big joke. It's a big joke. You got the stupid little car until you have to walk 20 minutes across campus in 90-degree weather. And guess who's not sweating when they get to class?
Someone with a breeze in their face.
Mini car guy.
Mini car guy. That's the right way to do it. In college, we used to, we never had motorized anything. We used to have bikes.
I wish I did.
I'm not say we, but we were football players, and we had groups of football player friends, and there was one of us who is 6'8", 300 and something pounds. And when we were out drinking and wanted to go home and drive home across campus, one of these people who was 6'8", 300 and pounds,
3XX pounds.
He would grab, it would be a bike that was put into a bike rack and locked and had like a chain on it. And he would grab it by its handles and just go and just yank it off. And it would just snap the lock every time. He would just grab the handles and just rip the bike out of the bike lock. And then we would ride the bikes home. And then by the end of like the winter, because it was the winter, we wanted to like avoid walking in the cold. By the end of the winter, our off-campus house backyard was a bike graveyard. It was like 20 bikes that you could just take and use whatever you want. I used to have a beach cruiser that was clearly a girl's bike.
Stolen bikes.
And then in football too, we would have to ride to practice sometimes on the backfield. That was like a 10-minute walk. And I would, in my full pads with cleats on, ride the girl's bike all the way to practice. So, it was fun.
Good stuff.
That's very good stuff. Executing visions. Living in delusion. Yeah. Okay. Jussie Smollett attackers. This is probably the best clip of the whole week.
This is the real gold here, right? These guys are hilarious.
And we're going to let it run. This is a long clip, but it's worth it.
They took our beautiful bench. This is where we waited for Jussie to come before we attacked them. So we got here with 10 minutes to spare, and we had to plan our escape route to survey the land. His building is actually right here, right above the stairs that we're going to attack him at. We made sure we got there at 2 a.m. sharp. On the dot. On the dot. We had no phones because he did not want us to bring any phones. He said, so we don't lose them. I don't know if that's really the reason, but you can deduce your own reason. So 2 a.m., he was nowhere to be found. He was not there. So we were like, damn, what do? We didn't have no way of contacting him. He had no way of contacting us. So we waited here for about, what, 4 minutes? It was about 4 minutes, 4 minutes. But it felt like forever. Because it was cold as balls. So I saw him out the corner of my eye, and I was like, okay, that's him. Let's go. We gotta go get this Empire fat. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Is that him? That's that Nick. It's that Nick. Get that Nick. Oh, he's moving fast. Come on, let's get him. Get that Nick. Let's get him. As we crossed the street, we said hey to get his attention. Hey, Nick. Hey. He turned around, looked at us, and that's when we started yelling the famous slurs he wanted us to yell. Hey, aren't you that Empire? Hey, Empire fat Nick. It's MAGA country. Yeah. And then he said, what did you say to me? And then that's when I threw the first punch at him. I held the blow because I didn't want to hurt him, of course. So I made it look real, but I held it. Then we started tussling, moving around, and then I threw him to the ground. He wanted it to look like he fought back. That was very important for him because he said, hey, don't just beat my ass, make it look like I'm fighting back and whatnot. So we did that, and then I threw him to the ground. And after I threw him to the ground, he had no bruise. I wanted it to look more real. So then I threw him to the ground. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie. So I went like this. Why did I do that? To give him a scar, to give him a mark, to make it look real, like he really did get his ass beat. After I did that, I fake kicked him. I don't know what he was doing. I wasn't paying attention.
That's where I came around with the bleach, the infamous bleach in the hot sauce bottle, poured it on his shirt. Then I finally put the rope around his face. I did not put it around his neck. I just placed it on his face, and that's when we took off.
And then they run off. This is like the funniest interview I've ever seen.
These guys are fucking hilarious.
That was, I want to hang out with these guys.
I know. And they're doing the voice too, like, MAGA country, like they're doing a white guy voice, like the, dude.
That's that Empire N-word. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, these guys are like totally over it. They don't care. They're like, yeah, we got paid $5,000, you know, to do something. We did it. There's no shame. Yeah. There's honestly no shame in being these guys. Like
100%. And Fox Nation comes and like, we'll give you $5,000 to tell us what happened. They're like, all right,
like we'll do it.
And they're funny, and they're not like overly political. Where they're just clearly they're not like Democrat operatives. They're just normal guys from the gym
that Jussie found
and thought were the best to do his plan. That's the funniest clip, and then how funny they are. I love those guys. If they are watchers of the show somehow, or if anyone knows them and can get us in contact with them, we'd like to send them some stuff.
Yeah, those guys are so funny, man. And it's like, at this point, it's like 4 years after the hoax, right? Jussie got sentenced to prison. He still is appealing, like going through, doing everything he can not to go spend 60 days in jail. These guys are doing bits. They're laughing at it.
Oh, it's so
and it's
good.
like, imagine being one of these people who walks down the stairs while the Osundario brothers are reenacting the Jussie, you know, so good, man.
That's incredible.
Fox Nation got a real winner there.
That's the best content I've seen from them.
Yeah.
In a nice complimenting way.
Yeah.
All right, last clip of Uplifting Gold, the kid umpire.
Oh, yeah.
We'll end it on this.
He's out! Hey, there's a ball right here! The ball's right here! Boy, Blue! He got under there!
He tosses that other kid. Oh, man. That's nice. That's uplifting stuff.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's good to have a variety of kids. You know, everyone wants to hit the home run, but you need some kid who wants to be an umpire.
Yeah, little adult. He's a little adult.
All right, well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. FLECCASmerch.com for the best merch in the game. Patreon.com/FLECCAS or YouTube join Bonus Land. We're going to be rewarding one of our super chatters, whoever it is. It's not a raffle, with the Trump game. So maybe you get lucky on that one. But just give the super chats anyway so we can have the money. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the longer episode. If you're at this point, at the very end, just join Bonus Land, because soon Bonus Land will get more expensive and it'll get away from you, and you'll get priced out of Bonus Land. So get grandfathered in while you still can. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the next one.